Hello everybody, it's Zeidoktor here with Typical Manga Fan, and this episode of the Typical Manga Review is dedicated to My Hero Academia 98, Enter the Dorms. And we're pretty much seeing like Deku and his mom saying goodbye to each other. Like, his mother's like, I'm still against this, you know that. I know. But he leaves home and they go, and pretty much the UA has become a boarding school. It is now officially Hogwarts. And it was like their new home, like everybody's all excited about it.
Yeah.
And the principal, we also got to the principal's like, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like the principal's thinking about how, like, this is also to make sure that to find the traitor, not just to ensure the student's safety. I wonder who the traitor is, by the way.
Don't know. Among the students, Haga has been like kind of the big bet. The invisible girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Well, it's because like she's never, as far as we know, at least she's never around when the main stuff is happening. I think Aoyama, the pretty boy, was like that for a little while too, until he fought back during the training camp one.
Aw, I like Invisible Girl. Well, that's kind of depressing now. Do you think maybe it could be one of the teachers though?
That's also a possibility. I think that's what they're kind of wondering about, just who it is. But at the same point, the fact that it could be among the students is something that can't really be discounted. So they got to kind of be careful with that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, but we break away from that. We go to Eraserhead, kind of giving a lecture to Class 1A. It's all. What's more important than anything is that you're all here safely, and everybody's got all permission. Even speaking of Hagakure, it's like, sure was a tough fight for me. Right.
Okay, and then everyone's like, oh, same for you. Good thing that you made it back here, because I thought you might have not died or something. Basically.
Yeah, basically because of his own trouble in the accident as well. And then Eraserhead goes on. It's like, it's true the plan was for you to earn provisional licenses after the training camp, but you didn't get them. So why were some of you walking around acting like you did? And it's like, oh wait, that's right, we were supposed to do that, weren't we? Oops, that all slipped my mind. Like, anyway, I'm about to say this important. He pretty much calls out everyone who's there at the Bakugo rescue mission. It's like, you five were down that evening at that place. You took it upon yourselves to go to Bakugo's rescue. And everyone's like, wait, what?
Yeah, and then he basically says that, look, you knew what you guys were getting into. So I'll say this right now: if it wasn't for the fact that All Might retired, with the exception of Bakugo, Jiro, and Hagakure, I would have you all expelled as punishment.
Right, because the five that actually did the thing is one, obviously, and then everybody else likely knew about it and did nothing to try and stop them, or at least had I heard about it. The other three were either kidnapped or injured, so they're excused.
So wait, so basically, was he just to expel all of them?
He's threatened to do it before, or at least he actually has it before. No.
But here, I actually have a problem with what he says here. Let's see, is that all he says? Okay, so he basically said, "Oh, this is basically all I have to say. Now let's go back to having a great day." And he was like, "Damn it! Why did you have horrible timing?" Okay, now why do I have a problem with him? Okay, I think it goes back to what he said when he first had the expelling thing. I was actually okay with him doing that at first, because one, he didn't know anything about Deku being All Might's successor. Right. Two, he said that he does it because he wants to make sure that.
Well, real quick, I don't think Deku's being the successor would actually be relevant in this case. In this instance.
No, it is. No. The reason why it is relevant is because it is irresponsible to have someone with that power not be watched and be monitored.
Well, that could be technically true of anybody with a quirk.
No, but specifically All Might's power because of the way it works and the fact that it is basically one of the only ways to beat. Like, it's just irresponsible. Like, that's not.
Well, it can't be transferred except willingly, so it's not like there's a risk of that.
No, but he could be killed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
a risk no matter what.
Yeah, but less of a risk here. So and especially at that point where when he didn't know. But regardless, another problem I had was he said he did it because there's no point in obviously putting energy into people who have no potential for being a hero. But he also said that it was cruel to have it. It was more cruel to have them cut off halfway than to have them cut off at the very beginning.
Well, but here's the thing as well. Like, they have basically blatantly ignored rules and instructions and going to Bakugo's rescue. It worked out well, but at the same time, it could have ended up very, very badly.
No, okay, yeah, but then it goes back to what I remember from Naruto, where if you break the rules, you're trash. But if you don't save your friend, you're worse than trash. And I stand by that. So yeah, look,
well, I don't know. I don't. For all their similarities, I don't think that Eraserhead really subscribes to the Tao of Kakashi.
No. What I'm saying is, I know that he's not the same thing as Kakashi, but the point is, I'm not above them getting punished, but expelling them is is too extreme because you would basically be. First off, it's saying that doesn't mean they have zero potential for hero. Okay, that just means that they need to be punished. What a big deal. Two is that it is completely irresponsible to have him in this situation. It would be completely irresponsible to have him cut off like that. Even like, and I know that's why he didn't do it because All Might retired, and therefore it would be ridiculously responsible.
Right.
But
At
even
the
if
very
All Might,
least, with All Might around, like they saw kind of like the symbol to keep things relatively peaceful, even if a few kids don't get to live their dreams of heroism.
yeah. But that said, it's not even about the fact that it just seems to be that I think it's a little ridiculous that he's imposing his own beliefs of what a hero is, and he has the power to expel them. If he wants to expel them, that's okay. That's another thing, you know. And again, if they get punished, I don't care. Like, I just think that expelling them is a little too extreme. But obviously speaking, like this guy would probably expel All Might like 10 times over, right? Because they don't get along. But I think it's unfair for him to have power.
To be fair, he's not doing it because he wouldn't do it to All Might because they don't get along. He'd do it to All Might because he would. If he was All Might was like a student because he was breaking rules and things, at least as far as he saw it.
That's part of why they don't get along, because All Might sees heroism differently than Eraserhead. So he would do something that would piss Eraserhead off. That's the point. But the fact that he expelled, I just feel like that's contradicting himself though. That's he would be cutting them off halfway, and that will be particularly cruel. That's exactly why he said he does it in the first place.
Maybe he feels after what they've done that's warranted.
But it's not though. Well, again, from my opinion, what he sees as a hero is whatever, you know, that's his thing. But it's not because.
Well, it's got to be at least some degree because he was hired on as a teacher for a reason.
No, but I'm saying like them getting punished is not something I don't have a problem. It's not something I have a problem with. That can be okay. They can have hella severe punishments. Hell, they could be like grounded for like 2 years or the entire time here. They can't leave the premises for the entire time here. It can be extreme. Expelling them, I think, just doesn't do any good. It's saying that you don't deserve to be a hero because you can't follow the rules. But it's sort of like, but that's not the only thing a hero can do.
But at the same time, here's this. All that may be true, but at the same time, Deku and them went into a place where they had no business being. Even they acknowledged this fact.
Yeah.
Wait. They had no business being there, and it's only through like stroke of luck and probably their own training that they managed to get out of there without making things worse. They could very easily become the very extreme liability. I mean that could have resulted in a whole lot of things being worse than they did. So for the 5 that were actually there, I don't think he's, even if it is irresponsible because of One for All, I don't think he's out of line saying they could be expelled.
No,
the ones who were not there, that would be harsh, even if he has a reason for it because they did nothing. But those 5, yes, I think they, at the very least, had things turned out differently, there would have, like, even if theirs was a 1 in a million chance of going well, and they got that 1 in a million chance because in stories like this they happen 9 times out of 10, but they had so much trouble to go badly, and despite every instruction and despite every ounce of common sense, including their own, they did it anyway. The simple fact is, yes, they deserve to be punished, and probably harshly, and expulsion is not, I don't think, at least out of line in this case.
Okay, but here's the thing though, is that expulsion, why people get punished so that you would learn from it, right?
Or to prevent other people from making the same mistake.
Yeah, but the thing is though, this is not like, I think they did one time again with Stain or something like that, and this is a little different because that's where they did have a chance, right? Because they actually were able to.
Stain wasn't expelled, if that's where we were going.
Yeah, no, Stain wasn't expelled. They would think they would punish whatever. Or they had that choice where they could be punished or not, whatever. But like part of this thing is that they would have learned from what they did, and obviously they did this because of that whole situation. Wait,
hang on. That's all the more reason for them to be punished harshly here, because at least 3 of them already went through that and they know better.
Yeah.
Like, they should know better. They have no excuse for not knowing better this time.
You can argue that it was because that they succeeded last time was why they got cocky this time or whatever, right?
And again, that's all the more reason to punish them harshly for doing it at all.
Again, harshly. Again, this is different from expulsion. Expulsion is completely different because it's basically saying we're not going to ever we're not going to be teaching you. We're not going to develop you. You're on your own. Do your own thing. We're not going to part of teaching someone is also making keeping watch them, making sure they don't go the wrong path.
Yeah, but at the same time, if there's a point where they're going off the wrong path, or like they're not going to do what you want them to do, or do what they're supposed to do, there is a point where it's justified cutting them off.
But I don't think that is, because keep in mind that if you cut them off, there's a possible chance, and we know this is happening because it's not gonna happen because we know the characters, but there's a possible chance that they become villains because of it. Like, you don't know that, and it's risky to do that. Again.
Well, it's also just by that logic, it's just as risky to keep them on as heroes if they're going to possibly turn into villains.
No, because because you're not just teaching them how to hone their abilities, but you're also teaching them what it means to be a hero, right? And again,
right, and they acted against that.
Punish them harshly. Fine, I don't care. That's okay. That's perfectly reasonable. But expulsion is a completely different thing, because it's not really. You're not really making them learn. You're just taking and also keep in mind that they can just go to another hero institution.
Maybe, maybe not, but because I think that sort of thing is treated more seriously in Japan than it would be here. But at the same time, like I said, I could see him thinking that by blatantly going against their rules, blatantly doing something as stupid as this, that they've crossed a point of no return, and that's why they would probably feel justified expelling them.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I lost my train of thought because you cut me off there.
Sorry. Yeah, we're kind of running long on this anyway.
Well, so. I feel very strongly about this because I just don't think I completely disagree with this. That's it.
Well, it's a moot point anyway.
It's not. No, I think but the whole entire story is what it means to be a hero. I think it's complete. It might be a moot point in story wise, but I think it's completely important in terms of what we get from this manga itself. And I don't agree with Eraserhead because I think he's imposing way too much of what he thinks to be a hero on them, and I think that he is too trigger happy on the expulsion thing. Like, I think
this is really only the second time it's ever come up.
Exactly, which is my problem. It's too trigger happy on it. But I just think that part of this experience, and I said, now I remember what I was gonna say. The reason why they did last time was because they got cocky. This is the time when they actually failed. They failed. And I think this is the time when he says, like they would actually learn from it and never do it again. And this is why I think Eraserhead should have said, this is your last chance. If you do this one time for any reason, you're going to be expelled. That's perfectly okay. And that ends up is what is happening, but it's only because All Might retired. I said he should have said that regardless of whether All Might retired or not. I said, look, what you did was stupid and you got lucky. The last time you guys got away with it was because you succeeded. Maybe that's why you got cocky now. But if you do this one more time, because you will get expelled. Like, that's it. And actually, no, he didn't even give that warning to them the first time when he said if you do
not on screen if
right?
it did.
No, well that's the thing. Like then it doesn't. If he said that last time, I'll be okay with him saying this time. But the fact he didn't say it last time shows you that he didn't actually make them know what their positions lie in his vision. Because part of being a hero is also
actually. Here's a question for you: does he know about last time with Sting?
Well then. And if he doesn't, that makes it worse, because that means you said there was to him this is their first offense, really. That's worse. That's a worse side. So let's assume he does. Like I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's assume he does, because he didn't make them know their positions last time. He didn't lecture them for it. He didn't discipline them for it. Then it's actually kind of his responsibility to make them to do that, because part of his teaching is part of his job as a teacher is to make sure they know their position in what.
Here's the thing though, they did know their position. I mean, they knew they were breaking rules. They knew they were doing something risky. They knew they were doing something reckless and stupid.
But that's because they got rewarded for it. They
didn't get rewarded. They just got away with it.
No, their reward was being the villain. The whole other reward thing, that's obviously not what heroes for. They don't care about that.
And I don't think. Well, here's the thing. I don't think they really felt like they got rewarded off of that. Like, not to grade them individually, because they came out of it banged up, injured, and they can't even tell anyone about it. Yeah, they beat a villain, and that's an accomplishment, but they didn't take away.
To them?
Well, to them it did, because Ida, he treated it as one big mistake on his part, which it was, and the other two know that they kind of did break the rules, even if it was for a good reason.
Well, I don't think Ida is the same one in the second in this situation though, but with Deku and the other two, I think you said they
Well, Ida was one of the three in this case.
Oh, okay.
It was Ida, Todoroki, and Deku that fought Sting.
Okay, so Ida you can argue, but I feel like with the other two though, like it was. I just feel like to them it was just with the I think with Ida thing, like, you can give him a break because the first time because it was a family matter, and I think it's like one of those thematic things where it's like he has to avenge his brother, whatever. But um, in this situation though, like to as far as they got what I think is to be they got what they wanted, which is staying got defeated. This is a chance. This is them going in a situation where they had nothing come out of it, right? So if anything, this is actually where they would learn their lesson. Not last time. Last time they wouldn't learn their lesson. This is where they learn, and I think as a teacher, he should see that and say, look, last time whatever, but this time I know they learned, and that's what really, as much as we got away from that, we're here now, and they learn from it, and that I think that will make them better heroes in the end. If you expel them, you basically you're not giving them a chance to really make well with their what they learn. And so as I said, like have them say, this is the last chance you have. You do it. I don't care what you do it next time for. Do it one more time, you expelled. And I think that will send a message and make them really not do it. Next time they do it, they expelled. I don't care. That's fine. I just think that he's too trigger happy on the expulsion thing, or make it I think a lot of times you have a 3 strikes you're out situation. I think that's a good situation with this one. 3 strikes you're out. Well, so they had their 2 strikes there.
Either way, though, like I said, he said he's not doing it right now anyway, and it's like it's all kind of a moot point. So I don't think we really need to worry about it too much.
No, but I'm just saying that this again. I know it's a moot point in his in this whole story, and that's it. Kind of has to be. But I'm just saying from my personal perspective, because I want to be able to put my opinion on this, and also and again I believe the way Kakashi believes, where you do deserve to get punished if you break the rules, but at the end of the day, if you had a chance, going out abandoning your friends or whatever is worse than being trash. I stick by that.
Like I said, at most I think he only goes as far as the first half of the Tao of Kakashi there,
and
I will acknowledge that going it with everyone that didn't actually go would be too harsh. But I don't think he's, at the very least, I can see his thinking as far as the actual 5 who went. Justified or not, I can see where he's coming from.
I can always see where anyone's coming from. I can see why a serial killer would kill 30 people, and I can see where he's coming from. That doesn't mean I agree with him. The understanding of someone doesn't really is always good. It should actually be the first thing you need to have in order to criticize anyone. That's the first thing you need to have. But I know where he's coming from. He has a different sense of what a hero means. He's a very rule book guy. And hell, even in a different manga, maybe you do get expelled, but you have this situation where even though I'm expelled, I'll still do what it means to be a hero. Like I've seen mangas do that. But I'm just saying, like, with that mentality, as much as he has a right to believe in that mentality, and obviously he's that it's worked well for him, I just don't agree with it. At least I don't agree with him imposing it on the way that.
But he's a teacher. That's teaching him that. If he's a teacher and he's supposed to be able to teach him about how to be a hero, obviously the people who put him in charge know what he feels and decided,
No. He's a teacher, and that's good in a sense. But I'm saying he shouldn't have that much power to do that based on that belief. Like he could probably say, he could make like a note to the principal, and then the principal is the final judgment, saying, look, does it really matter? Or like
it's possible the principal could even overrule him, but even so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the principal can overrule him. The principal has to be able to overrule him, by the way. Like, it's his principal. It's a principal. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like maybe you can argue that it is his job to state what he believes in, and I guess that's fine. But I just think that it's ridiculous to give him that power to expel someone without at least having other people have their say in it, which is like the principal. If all Might and the principal and all 3 are like, yeah, he has to be expelled, then okay, fine. But I just think that for someone for one person to impose, actually I'll say, it's not wrong for him to impose it. It is. I feel it's wrong for him to impose it and to have him be the only one who has the say in the matter. If he's going to impose it, I feel like at least have the other 2 have a say in it, or at least have like a voting thing where they say, okay, these people need to go, because that's how in real life, where you have situations where you have an association and ban people, like sumo wrestlers. When a sumo wrestler acts out, there's a voting system where whether they determine whether or not someone should get expelled. So it's that type of thing too.
Well, I'm kind of in a agree to disagree mode in that case as far as this goes. Right. Anyway, I think it's time we need to move on here. In the next scene, Bakugo proves that even when he's being nice to somebody, he still has to be an asshole to someone. As we see, he kind of looks at Kirishima, like he grabs Kaminari, the electric guy, like, hey, come here. What? No, I don't wanna. We see a big old blast of electricity, and then Kaminari comes back in dullard mode. Whee! If you've seen the anime, so you know that when he uses his power too much, he like kind of short circuits his brain.
Yeah.
And then while everybody's distracted by that, he goes up to Kirishima and gives him money to pay him back for the night vision scope that he lost during that whole action there. like Kirishima doesn't want to take it at first. But like, stop being so stingy and take it. Damn it! You make me feel lousy here. So basically, he just pays him back for the night vision stuff. Like, who cares? Just keep being a dumbass like you always are. Meanwhile, you have Jiro, the earphone jack girl. It's like she's like just cracking up at Kaminari. She cannot keep herself together at all.
Yeah. And Eraserhead has always been an asshole. I don't like Eraserhead anymore. Anyway, now going to the dorms, they have pretty good places. And they also talk about how they're separated by
Yeah.
girls and boys, make sure that that guy doesn't become a pervert and all that shit.
Yeah,
But
it's like,
everyone's
I like Uraraka here. It's like it's a freaking mansion. It's about ready to drop.
everyone's pretty happy about how luxurious it is.
Mhm.
And yeah, one guy's disappointed that he can't see the
Mineta,
girls.
yeah.
And then everyone gets their own room, and then what happens that Eraserhead explains how the rooms are basically placed.
And one thing that catches my eye is like there are a lot of empty rooms here.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. This is the first time. This is the first time it's happened, right? So they're gonna have a lot of empty rooms. So not really
Well,
surprising.
Still, I mean, it's only if it's for the whole class. It's only like 20 people. You would think that well, I guess maybe they're counting for later classes when there's like more boys
No,
than girls. Vice versa.
later classes and possibly other usages that they haven't come up with yet. Just
Yeah,
yet.
because like each class has their own dorm. So
Yeah, it's better just to have the rooms there than to make them later. You know, that's
Yeah.
waste of time and money. So might as well just what if we need them in the future? Let's have them built now
Yep.
well, we have the infrastructure all like set and not have to add on, which could actually destroy the foundation or at least make it unstable.
that might be more than the author's really worrying about here. But in any case,
Actually, who knows?
yeah, we go to nighttime. Everybody's just kind of chillaxing, and the girls decide it's time to show off everybody's rooms. They have a room showcasing competition. How about it? And like no, Deck was like immediately like no, wait a minute. Only for his room to be exposed from like floor to ceiling and All Might stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
Uraraka's like it's totally a geek's room.
yeah, it is. So then
I
we
like-
go into
I like this next part though, like Tokoyami. It's like how trivial. He's trying to act out cold, and Hagakure and Ashido just shove him out of the way.
then we have narcissist boy
Well,
Aoyama.
Real quick, Tokoyami, his room was like just all blacks, like all sorts of black coats, black blankets, black everything.
Yeah. Well,
You don't think the way his quirk works, you'd want a more better lit room, but one thing that kind of strikes my attention is like Kirishima takes note of like a key holder, like I bought one in middle school, which kind of lends the idea like someone has not outgrown their Chunibyo phase. Have you ever heard of that anime, that series?
yeah, I heard.
Yeah, so it's
I feel
like
like
it's kind of
We talked before. I think.
Okay.
Or is it me or someone? I know someone's talking about it before I heard.
Yeah, basically like this basically that stage in middle school where
I know.
yeah they're kind of caught up in their own fantasies,
Yeah, middle school think that they're the best thing in the world. Middle school girls think they're the best thing in the world.
or at least or guys too, because like the guy was in that too. But anyways, like this whole thing I think is meant to imply that Tokiyami's kind of still in that phase.
Yeah.
And then like I said, we go to Aoyama. Mirrors.
You think
everywhere.
Aoyama would be in that phase?
Only if he believes in himself. So. But
Yeah,
like,
but that part. It's not part of it. Like you think you're the best thing in the world.
it's more like you get so caught up in your personal fantasies or delusions that you mistake them for reality.
Okay. Well, I still feel like that's Aoyama.
Yeah. Anyway, I first caught up. First time looking at this, my eye was caught up by the disco ball, so I didn't notice like he had so many mirrors or a portrait of himself on the right wall.
Oh, that's surprising. All right.
Yeah,
so,
I mean that's pretty much just the girl's reaction. That's pretty much what I thought. Yeah, it falls completely within what I expected.
yeah.
then-
Next one we have
Mineta,
whatever.
come on in. I'll show you something amazing.
No.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
we're gonna go to the third floor. Yeah, wait.
Jiro's normal.
Yeah, the tail guy is normal.
Ida's Ida. What was
Ida.
Ida's room is pretty organized, everything. So.
And he has a whole ton of spare glasses.
Kaminari's room is
It's like just
actually
covered with
not
everything,
that
whatever.
bad. It's like
It
it's
is
like a
kinda-
typical teenage room.
Yeah, it's kind of like it seems like he just threw in whatever he managed to get his hands on. But I thought it looked good. And we have-
Coda's room is Coda's room is has cute stuff in it.
including a bunny. Also, do you notice that Ashido and Uraraka are wearing some of Edith's glasses?
I did not notice that, but I see it now. And next one we have basically complaining that the girls didn't. They haven't looked at the girls yet, and like it's only fair we do it with the girls, you know, equality and shit. So let's look at the girls.
Yep. And it's like, she was like, sir, why not? And it's like, Kyoko's like, wait, what, hold on, wait. I like the fact that Bakugo was actually asleep in the other room. Like, he's not even bothering with any of this.
Good job. He would ruin it. Like I'm actually.
Deku, meanwhile, is having like a JoJo level freak out here.
The thing with Bakugo, when he gets angry at such stupid things that it just gets tiring just to read him. Because like then you start getting tired, just shut up, man. Okay,
well,
let me.
Credit where it's due. He did a good thing today.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, congratulations. You're not as bad as everyone says, but you're still worse than everyone else. You know.
Well,
whatever.
At the very least, like you said, he can be good when he wants to be.
That's the problem. When he wants to be, you have to be good all the time. That's why being good is important.
Yeah. I wonder why Deku's so freaked out about, like, okay, is this really okay?
Yeah. I mean, Two-Face was good sometimes. Doesn't mean he's not a villain.
Yeah, about half the time, I'm sure.
Actually less than half, because you actually notice it's usually the bad decision. And actually, if you learn about how like the quarters work, like the flipping coins, actually not 150-50. It actually will most likely be on the face side more often. So that therefore you actually it's actually more likely to become bad than good.
Yeah. Anyway, that is pretty much where the chapter ends. There's not really a whole lot to analyze, like, for future stuff here, besides what the girls' room might be like. We kind of covered, like, the big, heavy stuff in the middle with Eraserhead.
Yeah, asshole. He's an asshole. I totally think he's an asshole. Well,
he kind of always has been.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He's an asshole.
I mean, it's not like he doesn't present himself as a nice guy. I
wonder if they can, like, have a ship for both him and Baku and just, like, kill him off at the same time. I don't like those two, obviously. I know why they're there. I'm fine with that. Just I don't like them. All right, so that should be it for My Hero Academia, chapter 98.
Enter the dorms. Go ahead and take us away.
Bye.